21 months ago, I decided enough was enough and I wanted to change my physique. I went from looking like this, never training consistently, to stepping on a bodybuilding stage for the first time. In this video, I'm going to outline the simple training and diet tips that I followed that you can start doing today in order to start your journey as well. When it comes to your goal physique or anything you want to do, the road is right in front of you. All you have to do is start driving and take action. Just by doing a few simple things, which I'm about to outline right now, you can start changing your physique today. And while I'm talking about what you can do, I'm going to be showing you month-to-month results of me following and practicing what I'm preaching, just to show you guys that it worked, at least for me. Just like every journey, it begins before you start, and here's how I looked. Not a terrible starting point. I did have lifting experience from high school, so I had a good base to start on, but this is before any consistent lifting or training. And here are pictures I took after my very first workout. So this is a better view of my starting point and the same lighting that all the pictures are going to be taken in. Not a bad starting point, honestly. And this brings me to tip number 1 that you can do today. Select a training program that you like. The first training program I did was the Fundamentals of Hypertrophy by Jeff Nippard. It was like an upper-lower 4-day-a-week program, and that's what I did to start. I paid for that. You don't need to pay for programs. You can find something free. You can write up your own with exercises that you like. As long as you're getting started and going to the gym, that's what matters. So find a program you like and go ahead and hit the gym. After the 5-week mark, you can see I'm leaning out a little bit. The chest is getting a little more developed, as well as the back. One more picture from the front, you can see the striations in the shoulders, as well as the fullness in the chest coming in, as well as some vascularity. And here we have my first leg picture that I took. I took this because I realized, like, hey, I'm not even tracking my leg progress. I should be doing that as well. So I decided just to snap this picture randomly, and you'll be able to see some leg progress here coming up. Here I am after 3 months. You can see quite a bit of growth in the back, as well as some chest thickness coming in. Nothing too crazy. You can kind of tell that I'm getting a little bit higher in body fat percentage. But you can see the striations coming in the shoulders as well, and just overall thickness and growth in the arms. What I'm doing in the gym, and this is another tip for you guys, is just train each muscle twice a week. Whatever you do, upper, lower, body part, doesn't matter. Just train each muscle at least twice a week. And go hard, try to push yourself in the gym. So this picture I included in here, this is in March. So this is about 5 months in, and I included this in because you can kind of tell that I'm a bit higher in body fat here. I'm definitely above 15%. Things weren't looking good for me. I was working at McDonald's at the time, and I was eating way too much junk food, lots of fat. And you can see the definition of my arms gone, the triceps kind of peeking out, the shoulders, the striations aren't exactly there. So I decided that I needed to cut. So here I am, I'm 203. I was actually 207 at my heaviest, but that could have been just more water. But I cut down to 190. You can just see the difference, facial structure, abs coming through more, the cut underneath the chest, the shoulders. But this is also when I learned to track my calories, which is another tip. Figure out your maintenance calories. Now, I went on a website, a total daily calorie expenditure calculator. It won't be perfect, but trust me, it's all you need. If you have that ballpark number, that's great. Figure out what that is and try to eat around that and focus on your weight per week. Is it going up? Is it going down? Look at the average number, not the number each day. You could easily be losing weight and your weight could go up. You have more water, you have more sodium, more glycogen. There are so many factors that go into how much you weigh. So just worry about your average weight each week, or the median, the middle number. But this cut was successful because I tracked my calories and I ate a lot of protein to keep me full. So here are pictures from June. This is the 9-month mark, and you're going to see the comparisons, the front, the back, and the side. The posing is getting a little bit better, but you can just tell I added muscle and I got leaner. This is a result of newbie gains. I have a great picture to show you coming up about that. What newbie gains are is when you first start lifting, you'll gain a lot more muscle your first year or two than you will your years 3 through 5 or 3 through whatever. For example, you just gain more muscle when you start. But like I said, this is just a result of training each muscle group twice a week, eating protein, drinking water, fueling my workouts. Here we have some pictures from August, so 2 months after. The hair's getting longer, the goatee's coming out, not a good choice. Steady progress now at this point, maybe a little bit bigger, nothing too crazy, working on posing, working on improving my mind-muscle connection in the gym. And then here's another picture of me doing a tricep extension. You can just tell that I'm a lot leaner, shoulders popping out a little more, triceps coming out a little more, forearms a little more defined. Definitely just leaner, looking good, feeling good. What's really important on this journey is that you like how you look. Don't compare yourself to people you see online. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. That's how you make progress. Here's an important milestone. 1 year, you can see the difference in the front, side, and back. Lots of muscle growth. Training each muscle twice a week. I'm going to pound that into your head. Each muscle group twice a week. How many sets did you do? 9 to 12. just feel sore. Feel like you went hard in the gym. I did a couple other Jeff Nippard programs during this. I did the intermediate advanced upper lower program as well as the power building program towards the end. But the general consensus is each muscle twice a week. Here we have some end of the year pictures. Posing is starting to get better. I'm starting to think about competing at this point. You can really see the back here in the lighting. This is really good lighting, so you can see way more muscle, but the back, the lats are starting to pop out. Arms are getting bigger, biceps are peaked. This was definitely a pull day, so I have a back pump and a bicep pump in this. It's probably a rear delt pump as well. And when you're taking your progress pictures, guys, which is another thing you can do today, make sure it's as consistent as you can make it. Pre-pump, same lighting, and take pictures before you start. You're not going to want to. You're not even going to want to look at them, trust me, but just take those pictures because you're going to want them in the future. So February is when I decided to compete. As you can see, the posing is looking a lot better. I'm gaining muscle. I look better because I'm a little leaner. You can see the cut at the bottom of my abs that I didn't previously have. The leaner you are, the bigger you look. You can see the side tricep pose. I literally have a cut in my chest right underneath my nip there. Like, that's how lean that I was getting, and I was still feeling good at this point. I just have good genetics for being able to function at a lower body fat. This can be different for everybody. I'd also like to point out that I do have good genetics as well for putting muscle on. But starting to focus more, building an upper chest. As you can see the top middle picture to the right, you can kind of see the upper chest coming in. And that bottom right picture is me practicing the most muscular pose, kind of like mid transitioning into the pose. The guy in the mirror in the background is helping me learn how to pose for my first bodybuilding show. And this is a great picture. I want you guys to pay attention to this. This perfectly explains newbie gains. So this top right picture is day one. You might recognize it. Not a lot of growth. The bottom right picture is 5 months from the top right picture. And then the bottom left and top left pictures, they're the same. That is 17 months. So there's a year difference between the bottom right and the bottom left, and there's less than half that difference from the top right and the bottom right. So you can see what newbie gains really are, how much muscle I gained right away, and then how the gains are kind of tapering off. Still really happy with the progress I made from the 5 month to 17 month mark. Shoulders are bigger, lats are wider, everything is looking good. Which brings me to June 2022. This is right before my bodybuilding show. The best I've ever looked. You can see I'm really lean, muscles look bigger, the legs look great. This is when I started to lose a lot of my fat in my legs because I was nearing the end of my diet. I lose fat in my legs last, but muscles are looking great, striated full shoulders, abs very developed and very lean, posing so much better than it was before. And then here it is, day 1 to right before my show. Muscle groups twice a week, train them, eat a lot of protein, and go hard in the gym. That's all you have to do, guys. It's really, really simple, but it's not easy. You have to stay consistent, and you have to find your core value that's going to actually keep you going to the gym, because motivation won't get you this far. Motivation will get you maybe to week 5, like you saw in that picture. Anything farther, you're going to need to dig deep down and really figure out what's keeping you going. For me, I always wanted to compete, and going to the gym is just like therapy. It's great. I wouldn't miss it for anything, so I just have that deep core value of loving working out. You can see the differences. They're incredible from the first pictures to right before show day. I look like a completely different person, and this is only 20 months of progress. So now we have me on show day. That top left is right before my routine, and the bottom right is probably my favorite picture from the whole day. I'm 10 pounds of water lighter in this picture, and I got the vacuum going nice and deep, and I'm just looking great, striated all around. I got the tan on. This bottom left one on stage I really like. You can just see how full my chest is because I was pumping it backstage. You can literally see the blood in my chest. And here we have some on-stage pictures. So this is the best I have ever looked in the past since I started my journey. I'm the leanest, I'm the most dehydrated, and the most cut. I don't have the most size, however. I did lose size during prep. That's what happens when you do a prep and you do it natural. Incredibly happy with how I looked on stage. Everyone was bigger than me, but do I care? No, I just care about how I looked. That's the mindset you gotta have. Be better than yourself. Don't be better than anyone else. Which brings us to post-show day, or how I'm looking right now. As you can see, definitely not as lean as I was on stage. I gained a lot of water, muscle glycogen back. My workouts are feeling incredible, better than I ever have. I'm focusing a lot on my muscle connection, going to failure, and having great form. Guys, form before everything. You can do curls with 20 pounds with perfect form. They'll kick your ass. You don't need to go higher than 20, 30 pounds on curls. Don't ego lift. Leave it at the door. These bottom right 3 pictures, this is day 1 chest and back progress. Going to be taking more of those right around the end of my growing season, because my main goal is to get my lats wider and my chest thicker, which is just another example of take progress pictures, guys. So that's exactly what I did to make this progress, guys. It's really simple, but to recap, eat a lot of protein, train each muscle group twice a week, and perhaps the most important, be consistent. You can get a lot in life as long as you're consistent. You'd be surprised. All it takes is for you is to keep hammering, and yes, keep failing, because you'll learn from those failures. Don't let failures bring you back. If anything, failure brings you forward because you learn. And a final tip I'd throw in, and obviously when you work out, each time you lift, you want to do more. Whether that's a rep, whether that's improving your form and having better control of the weight, whether that's doing another set, whether that's lifting more weight, you just want to find a way to push yourself harder each time you lift. And a little bit of extra stuff, if you're still watching, I'm sure you're still interested. Supplements, I took creatine, pre-workout, caffeine around working out to keep me satiated, not full, not hungry. Took protein powder every once in a while, don't rely on it, but you can use it sparingly just to get extra protein in. And sleep aid, I took melatonin, helped me sleep. Sleep is so important, and that's another thing I need to work on this next year is getting enough sleep, because you need to sleep to grow. Cardio, I mostly only did on prep. I should have been doing it the whole time. Cardio is so important for heart health. It's not going to deter your muscle growth unless you're doing crazy HIIT workouts every single day. Just do steady state cardio, low intensity, 30 minutes. Aim for like 20 minutes for your first week. Just start slow with cardio, otherwise you're not going to want to do it. Do 20 minutes, build it up, and then eventually you'll be doing 30 minutes for 3 to 4 days a week, and that's perfect. And to close, I just want to reiterate, this is a marathon. You can see here, this is 21 months of progress, and just focus on being a better person today than you were yesterday. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys found value from this video. If you want to see the video from my show day, go ahead and click this link right here. But that's all I got for you today. Please like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content just like this, and I'll see you in the next one.